From Garry O'Neal Studios in Baltimore.
You're listening to the See.Plan.Do show. Garry O'Neal.
All right, here you go. DJ.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Pod Day! Yeah! Woo! What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to the See.Plan.Do show with me, professional mindset coach, business coach, consultant, podcast consultant, Mr. Garry O'Neal Jr. And as always, when you see me out somewhere where it's cold here and it's hot there, if you see me out in the streets, mommy or poppy, please don't forget the junior. Shout out to Pops and welcome to another Power Pack podcast here on the See.Plan.Do show. We're going to talk about season 5, episode 4, Scam Likely, where guess what? I'm going to do a review of the 2 current hottest shows, the Tinder Swindler, hopefully you've seen it, as well as Inventing Anna, where, hey, man, scammings be scamming. All right. And we're going to talk about that. Going to talk about, hey, I just recently turned 42 for our appetizer. So I want to talk about 4 things, 4 for 42 that you can learn, that I learned, that I just want to share with you on this amazing episode. I just want to really thank you for being here. So can I get to my shout outs? My day one A1 listeners, thank you so much. My OGs, my executive producers, my candy corn crew. Your first time listening or watching this on glorious 1080p on YouTube, thank you. You literally could be listening to anything else. You literally could be watching something else, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. I really, really do, and I look forward to this episode, man, because I know a lot of us has watched those shows, and it's just insane. I really actually named this initial episode "Ain't No Way." But I said, no, I like Scam Likely. And so, hey, can we get right to our See.Plan.Do moment of the week, sponsored by Heart Savers Maryland. So right after a word from our amazing, wonderful sponsor, we'll get right to it.
Are you looking to get certified in CPR, first aid, or other life-saving skills? Heart Savers Maryland is your premier CPR training facility. Individual and classroom sessions available. Schedule your training at heartsaversmd.com. Each second counts. Get trained today.
All right, so your See.Plan.Do, excuse me, our See.Plan.Do moment of the week is entitled Thank You. I've done this from time to time throughout the 5 seasons that I've been doing this podcast, and actually longer than that. But I wanted to say thank you to the people who watch this show, to the people who listen to this show, to the people who, whether I know you personally, we've hung out, I've seen you, or you're somebody that I have met through the amazingness of social media, and you watch the show or you listen to the show, you give me feedback. I just want to say thank you. We live in a society, we live in a world where we don't say thank you a lot. And I just want to take this time to say thank you. There are a lot of things that, you know, when I think about that, I actually have a podcast, that out of the other millions of people who have a podcast, that I actually have people who listen, who watch, who tell me they enjoy the show, who tell me that maybe an episode was their favorite show, or that they really needed to hear this episode. This is what I do it for. If you've met me, you know, I like to help people. And I started this show. I started this because I did not like what I was listening to. I did not like the radio, which they just played music. We used to have, back in the day, there was a lot of shows that would help people, that would communicate with the teenagers and communicate with people like ourselves. And then they're not there anymore. Now it's just, hey, man, music, gossip, and stuff like that. And I just wasn't really okay with that. So I always tell myself, and I always tell people, instead of saying someone should do it, this is where you should say, I should do it. So I actually thought to myself, hey, man, I should start a podcast, or I should start a radio show. And if you don't know the origin story, Power 4.4, shout out to them. they gave me an opportunity. And what happened was I was doing little motivational clips, and I said, you know what? Hey, how about, could I get a show on here? Of course, if you're, with a studio radios, you got paid. And they said, yeah. And what I did was I went to you guys, to my OGs, to people who have been listening for a long time. And initially, I was just going to just pay it. I mean, I'm just picking you behind the scene. I was just going to just pay it. I mean, it wasn't that much, under $100 a month, record, every week. It wasn't a big deal. And someone said, hey, man, you should put it out there in the community. You do so much. You help out people. Let people help you out. And at first I was like, no, I'm good. But I said, you know what? Let me do that. And I put it out there. And through people like yourselves, I was able to fund the entire year of podcasting. The entire year, man. And it's not to say I didn't have the money, but just the fact that people were saying, yo, I believe in you, I support you, and was able to give me money. People I ain't seen in a while. And they really looked out. And I've been doing this for 5 seasons now. Amazing guests. And when you're a young podcaster, when you're a new podcaster, you're not at the point where, you're at a station where you're paying people. People are not getting paid to come on. Of course, there's a benefit for them coming on, especially to this amazing ass show, but we all work together. And it's been some amazing episodes, and some episodes I might want to take back. But all in all, man, I just want to take time out of the show that I produce, that all these things, the music, the lighting, all these things is edits, all those things get created by me. There is no team. But I appreciate everybody who helped me get to this point. I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know where the show is going to take me. I don't know what's going to happen. But in this moment, I just want to say thank you. That if you're listening to this while you're washing your dishes, or you're in the car, or you're watching this while you're at work, you're listening, you're watching, you're enjoying it, you like the show, you took time out of your day. We get 24 hours, maybe 24 hours to be able to do something. And you said, you know what? I'm going to let time to do this. So I just want to take this time to say thank you. It really means a lot to me that you are able to do this, that you chime in, that you listen, that you provide feedback, that you tell me things that you saw on the show. All right, that's your See.Plan.Do moment of the week. And I am eternally grateful for every person who has taken a moment out of their day to listen to or watch the show. All right, so I just want to say thank you. All right, moving on. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so let's get to our Greenlight Entertainment Song of the Week. All right. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, you could I actually put it in a playlist now. So if you want to follow along, you want to hear the vibes, you want to see what music I had on my heart or in my mind for this week, after you like, share, and subscribe, of course, go ahead and look in the playlist and you'll see the songs that I have there. All right. And if you have a song you think I should share, whether it's a new artist or somebody back in the day, hey, let me know, man. And then you could be an executive producer of the show. Okay. So right after this brief commercial announcement, we'll get right to it.
Having a wedding, birthday party, or other social or corporate event, contact Greenlight Entertainment today. With our experienced DJs, quality sound, and professional service, we look to make your event the event. Check us out on the web at www.greenlightentertain.com. With Greenlight Entertainment, you have the green light.
All right, and we're back, season 5, episode 4, entitled Scam Likely, here with professional mindset and business coach Garry O'Neal, where we're going to talk about both of those new Netflix shows, Inventing Anna and the Tinder Swindler. Absolutely craziness, man. It's crazy to watch those. All right. So let's get to our appetizer. Our appetizer, of course, as you heard, sponsored by Greenlight Entertainment. Please, if you have an event, you have a wedding, hey, the time is now. All right. So I recently turned 42. Yeah, and I greatly appreciate all of the thank yous. My birthday is on the 21st of February. I greatly appreciate all the thank yous, all the texts, all the gifts, all the messages on social media and everywhere that just took a time and a moment out to say thank you to me. You know, we all have things to do, like I said, but I appreciate all the thanks, all the birthday wishes, man. It makes me feel good, you know, to see and receive all that love. So guess what, guys? How can I give back to you? I got 4 for 42. I have 4 things that I just want to share with you that I've thought about even in the last year. I like to do that. I like to sort of reflect and think about, hey, man, in the year, what are some things that I thought about? Number 1, do more for yourself. The time is now to take those vacations, to take advantage of those opportunities, to get your mental health right, to get you physically right, to get you right, to start that business, to jump out here. As you and I have seen, we often, opportunities are not just going to be a window that stays open until you're ready. Too often, we take for granted the opportunities that show and say, oh, yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. Oh, yeah, it'll be here tomorrow. And it may not. I want you to think about somebody, I like they brought this previously, but imagine if you saw $1 on the ground. $10, $20, whatever, because you might say, oh, it's $1, I'm not getting it up. Okay, money bag, yo. All right, relax. But imagine if you saw some money on the ground. Would you just take your skedaddle time to go pick up that money? No, you would go get that money, right? So I am, when I say do more for yourself, a lot of times because we're parents, we don't, or even just regular, you don't have to be a parent, but we don't take time to invest in ourselves. Please take the time and do more for you. Invest in you. Take that self-care time. If you're listening to this and you've been wanting to take off work right now. The work will be there when you get back. But do more for yourself, not for your kids, not for your spouse, not for other people, but I want you to take time and do more for you. All right. The next one is forget the past. If I can be transparent on my show, often I hold on to ideas of when people have wronged me or ideas of something wrong. So if somebody's done me wrong, I sort of hold on to it. I'm working on that. And when I say forget the past, what I mean is let it go. Let it go. I'm not saying for you to re-enter yourself into those situations. But what I'm saying to you is forget it. You're moving on. And those things, those people, for the most part, probably going to be insignificant in any transition in your life. So forget it. Just forget it. Don't worry about it anymore. Don't hold on to it. Don't think, oh, they wronged me. They did this. They did that. Let it go, man. It doesn't even help you in the long run. You're just holding on to an anger, and don't worry about it. Forget it. So to anybody who has wronged me, if you're listening to this or you're watching this or you come across this clip, I forgive you. See, I forgive you. That means I'm not going to hold it. Let it go. Because you may come across that person, you can see them in the street or out and about, and they may not even look in your face. They may not even look in your direction. So just forget the past. All right? Not saying for you to go back and be re-triggered or go back into a situation that doesn't benefit you, but just, hey, move on. Which brings me to the next thing. Foresee the future. I like that one. Foresee the future. I want you to ask yourself, what actions can I do today? And the actions that I do today, what is the consequences, future consequences of what I do right now? So I want you to forecast and foresee the future. What am I doing right now? And if I continue to do these things right now, what are the future consequences of what I'm doing right now? You eating right, what's going to happen? You working out, what's going to happen? You're looking for jobs or you're creating a business, what's going to happen? All right? Foresee the future. Because if we think about what we're doing with the future in sight, then of course you may say, you know what? I need to do this because my future consequences this is the future consequences of this. And the last thing is forge it. And when I say forge it, I mean make it happen. As a life coach who I've been doing this for well over 10 years professionally. And before professionally, I was a guy who would just help out, be a good friend. And I've lost friends. I've lost relationships with people because when I pushed them to forge it, to make their way, their reaction is to be upset with me. Now, I will not regret anything because as a friend, as a person who, if I'm supporting you, if you have a dream and goal and you bring it to me, then I'm going to do my best to help you. Now, I'm not a pushy person, but I will challenge you to be better because that's what I want you to do for me. If you want money, there is money out here. If you want opportunities, put yourself in these opportunities to get it. You have to make it. You have to craft it. If the door is locked or there's no door for what you want to do, then go make the door and then kick it open. Too often, I think we've undervalued the power that we possess, that we can literally do, for the most part, anything you want to do. If right now you said, you know what, I've been meaning to write that book, then right now you can start writing a book while I'm talking. If you've been meaning to do something, there's nobody on this earth that will stop you from doing what you want to do, except you. So when I say forge it, what I mean is that make those things happen. Don't keep dreaming. Don't keep wishing on a star, hoping the stars align. Let me help you out. They won't. But it takes you to step out here and for you to go make it happen. You want a business? Go start the business. Put it together. Take advantage of the opportunities. Learn from people. You want to start a podcast? Nobody's going to walk up with a mic and just hand it to you and say, hey, you want to start this podcast? Nobody's going to do that. You want a better job? Complacency kills. Comfort will kill you. I did a podcast episode on that. Check that one out. Your comfort zone will kill you. You got to step out here. So we got to make it. So now I think about, what do I need to do to create the reality that I want? And I just encourage you to do the same. Just make it. Forge it. Make it happen. All right? That's your appetizer. 42, I turned 42, had an amazing time in Puerto Rico. I've never been there. I like it. I'm a bigger beach guy, so I have to probably check out the different beaches, but they weren't that far. I wasn't that close to some of those. We weren't that close to some of those. So I enjoyed the beaches, but I liked it. It was a great opportunity. Never been there. And now I'm addicted to traveling. And also shout out to TA Getaways. Please, if you are looking to travel, get with a travel advisor at TA Getaways. Shout out to Angela. Listen, if you are looking to travel, they're the one. All right? Hit them up. Get you out here in a tropical beach where you could dip your toe in the sand or do whatever you want to do. If you've been wanting to travel, go travel. All right? Make sure you check them out, TA Getaways, okay? That was your appetizer of the week. Now, can we get to our entree? And our entree is sponsored by Lalone Clothing. So if you see here, I have if you want to grab some official merch from the show, check out laloneclothing.com. Not only do you have official merch from the show, I have dropped some other shirts that fit your vibe. One of my favorite ones is dreamer. I love that. I love that shirt. It just says dreamer on it because I know you're a dreamer. Another one says everything will be okay. I need to start wearing that shirt more to let people know everything will be okay. But please go check that out. LaloneClothing.com. That's LALONE clothing.com. Go grab something today. Hey, let me know what you got. Okay. And model it. You tag me in it on social media. You're going to be our model for the day. Guess what? We're going to get you a photo shoot. Well, not really a photo shoot. It means that you just simply took the picture and then I upload it on my page, or I'll just share it on my page. But you get the idea. All right. So Scam Likely season 5, episode 4 here on the See.Plan.Do show. All right. Listen, man. So today, all right, so two documentaries, well, one documentary and one miniseries came out. And the first documentary I want to talk about, just a quick review. Now, so Tinder Swindler was the first one. Inviting Honor just recently came out. So I am going to talk about it a little bit. I don't want to get out spoilers, but guess what? This really happened. So you can always go look and see what happened. You can always just Google it and find out what happened. But let's shoot straight to the biggest one, which a lot of people have already chimed in and told me, like, man, it's crazy. Tinder Swindler. All right. So if you have not watched it, please go watch it and then just listen to this. And then we just want to listen to this episode and just think about how crazy this is. So just to recap, in Tinder Swindler, it's a documentary and it follows a group of women who were victims of a guy called Simon Leviv. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Leviv, but forget how I said that. His real name is Simon Hyatt. I want to say Hot. So what happened is he was on Tinder. He met these women. He claimed to be a billionaire's son. So what he would do is he's on there. He's saying, I'm a billionaire son. I'm a prince of, that the father's like this diamond, this big diamond guru, this big diamond business guy, right? So he meets up with them. He sweeps them off their feet. I'm talking about he take a picture of him in a jet. He's taken to really, really nice dinners. These women are caught up. They are caught up. And then he'll hit him up. And he'll say his enemies are after him. He'll say his enemies are after him, right? And he can't use his credit cards. He can't use his account because they're following him. And then you know what happens? He asks them for money. He asks all these people, all these women for money. And they give it to him because his enemies are after him. These women on this show, and please, if you have not listened to this and this is the first time you're coming across this, man, please go check it out. He'll hit them up. One part of it, he showed a picture of his bodyguard with a cut on his head. He probably did that. So he's saying his enemies are after him. He needs money. Can he borrow the money from you? Because he doesn't want to use his account. And these women straight up will be giving him money. And when I say they're giving him money, it's not like $10 or something like that. They are giving him money. They are maxing out American Express cards. They are getting loans. And at the end of the day, at the end of the documentary, you find out that he got upwards of $10 million from scamming these people. $10 million by scamming. So what he would do is he would get the money from them. He keep hitting them up for the money, and then he turns around and says, "Oh, my enemies are after me." They keep giving them money, and then when they start asking him about the money back, he'll have a check. He'll show them a check, and it'll be more than what he borrowed. And they're like, "Oh, thank you so much, thank you so much." The next thing you know, when they go try to cash it, or they're waiting for the money, now it's something. Oh, the bank is holding him up. I need to go to the bank. They need to authorize this. One time, he told one of the women, "Hey, I have all these watches." He showed her a box of watches. "So let's meet up. I'm gonna fly out. And hey, you can get these watches. They're well over $100,000. But then he says, "Oh, I need money to get flights." So then he get money from these people for flights, and he's not in Spirit. He's not flying Spirit or some economy class. This man is flying first class, not just for him, but for his bodyguard, for people. And then we realize in the movie, in the documentary, he's taking the money from one woman and spending it on other women. So he's flying people out on other women's dimes. And this happened. So they go to follow him, and please check out it. But it is insane. He did wind up going to jail. All right. He wound up, you would think, hey, I went to jail for this. He didn't really go to jail for that, though. He wound up getting 15 months in jail for fraudulent charges, but not because he defrauded the women. It was because he forged some documents. So he wound up getting 15 months in jail. He got out for good behavior, and he served only 5 months. And now he's out. And now he's making money now. So right now, you can have him come to your club. He's on Cameo. He can come to your club. If you want him to come to your club, it's $20,000 an appearance. This man, he says, oh, he's a businessman. You are in the business of scamming, sir, of fraudulent stuff. And it's just crazy when you're watching. If you have not watched it, please go check it out, man. And it's unfortunate that, you're seeing these women, right? Like you're like, no, don't do it. And they're just maxing out credit cards, man. And meanwhile, he's like, oh, my enemies are after me. Meanwhile, he on a yacht. He on a boat. They're maxing out their credit cards, and he's out there eating scrimps. I hate when I hear people say scrimps, but I feel like I had to say scrimps. They are eating lobster and scrimps, and this person is getting hit up by American Express or whatever loan company it is, and you need to pay this money. And this man is out here living the life off of these people, man. It was insane to watch that. So, please check that out. Get back to me on how you felt about that. But it's crazy, man. And I'm going to highlight how do people toward the end of this, how do people get in those situations? Because like I said, the episode initially, instead of Scam Likely, was going to be called Ain't No Way, because it would have just been too many things that in the first moment, I'd be like, ain't no way this is real. But see, he got him. And we're going to talk about how he got him in a minute. All right, the next show. So it's a mini series. Now, both of these are real. These are real. These are not like movies that are made up. These are real people. So the next one was Inventing Anna. I checked that out, and that focuses on Anna Delvey. Well, that's her name, Anna Delvey. That's not her real name. Her real name is Anna Sorkin. All right. And so in the show, in this mini series that Netflix has, it highlights that as this journalist investigates the case of Anna Delvey. She was an IG legendary heiress who stole money from the New York elite. Right? So she stole money from people. She stole money from banks. Listen, see, if you haven't seen the show, right, which I would say go see the show. So, like I said, it's a mini series. You don't feel you're impatient. Go Google her and check out the level of scamming that was insane. So she pretended to be wealthy, right? She would go to these parties. She would make herself in these parties. She would start getting acquaintances for all these rich people, all these big time influencers and people out here. And so they would start paying stuff for her because they thinking, oh, she's rich. She got money. Oh, she has a trust fund of $25 million that she's going to get recently. So people thinking they're going to get money from her. So she's not paying. People are thinking that, oh, she's going to wind up giving them money back. So they're paying for expenses, hotel stays, right? She's racking up hotel stays. Guys, when you watch this, you're going to be like, yo, this is crazy. And go look at the story because some of it they don't highlight. Like she racks up so much money. She's not staying at the Hilton. She's not staying at a motel. She's staying at places that big time celebrities go, like $7,000 a night places on someone else's dime. In the first part of the show, excuse me, in the first part of the show, she winds up making her way onto a yacht. Her and this guy she's dealing with, and they're hanging out. And the couple that have rented out the yacht, everybody's partying. Everybody gets off, right? But she winds up, her and the guy wind up staying 5 extra days. Now, guess what? The people who initially got off, the people who actually threw the party, they had no idea. And then they turn around and call, yo, get off the boat. They've been there 5 days. And guess what? 5 days with a boat, with a crew, because you got to think it's a crew. It's all these different people. It's the amount of like a Tesla. So this lady been getting over, right? She made it seem like she was Russian. She was getting over. She would go out to these expensive dinners, these expensive places, hotel stays. And then guess what? At the end, when it was time to pay, she hit you with the I can't find. Oh, I must have left my wallet at home. Oh, my cards don't work here because I'm from, I'm not from here. Then seemingly they're not working. And these people are paying it. And they say, okay, you're going to pay me back. She never pays them back. One of the crazy things that when you read the story, when you listen to it, she was using Microsoft Word to create bank statements to show people and prove even to these loan companies, oh, hey, I have this money. First of all, y'all, Microsoft Word, she's not even using Photoshop. She's using Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is a free app, a free office application. And she out here scamming like that. Listen, she scammed people out of so much money. So when Netflix picked up the show, picked up the story, they pay her like $320,000. They paid her $320,000, and guess what? She wound up, after paying legal fees, paying restitution for all these things that she scammed, she only had like $20,000. And now, see, just like what scammers do, they want to scam on to the next thing. Now she is having a crew follow her around. Another company is alleging to pick her up to do a reality show, and scammers be scamming. So if you have not watched those, I want you to watch both of those. At first, with the Tinder Swindler, with Shyman, I thought that he was going to be one of the biggest scammers of all time. No. I think Anna, because she was really getting over on banks, hotels. One scene in the show, I don't want to give too much away because it is still fairly new, and I do want you to come back and check this review out, is they had racked up so much money a night. When she came back, they were like, hey, we not even letting you get your stuff. And so her homeboy that was with her was like, I need my pills to go to sleep. And he, the guy she was dealing with winds up like paying it after they initially had broke up because she faked like she had a panic attack. That was a whole fake out move, guys. She had a panic attack, like she broke down. They wound up paying, but she racked up a lot of money. So please go check her out. She racked up a lot of money, not just from people personally, but from companies. That's why she got actually jail time, like real jail time, like years, because she was ultimately doing these things and just scamming people, man. So these two are just out, it's crazy to see how the scammers were able to be successful in getting people, which brings me to my last point. Because, here, when it's just me, when I'm rolling solo dolo on the show, we're not going to be here long. I want to just go ahead and hook you up, give you the reel, and then we out of here, right? Because you got stuff to do. Okay. All right. You got a vacation to plan for. So please go check those seasons, check out Tinder Swindler if you haven't checked it out. I know some people still haven't checked it out. Go check out Inventing Honor. Man, those are crazy, crazy shows that just show the level of scamming that people are willing to go and how people really was doing it. So here's my 5 takeaways to assist you, to help you to make sure you don't get scammed. Because here's the first thing. Anna and Shyman, those are extreme cases of people scamming, right? A Bernie Madoff, stuff like that. Those are extreme scammers. But we come across people that try to scam all the time. Oh, yeah. It might be people on your timeline. It might be people that you know that might be scammers. So how can we avoid being scammed? How can you avoid being scammed? The first thing is being skeptical. That's number one. Be skeptical. See, when you look at the Tinder Swindler, they wanted to believe their stuff. Now, I'm not going to say he didn't put himself in a position, because he changed his name to make it seem like he was the son of this diamond, billionaire. So he did change a couple of things around. He did meet them in a jet. He would take pictures of him on the jet. But it still seemed very skeptical to me, because you can go rent out. I can go rent a jet right now. Shit, I can go get myself photoshopped in a jet. I mean, we seen Bow Wow fake like he was at a jet a while ago. So you got to be skeptical and be like, you know what? Hey, is this person a fast talker? Are they trying to fast talk me? This person trying to scam? I'm not saying that you got to walk in and be super defensive, but these women with Shyman, or even with Anna, they wanted to believe it. So it's not to say that they're stupid. They weren't stupid. It's just that they wanted to believe it, and they were very vulnerable to that. So the women that was in the Tinder Swindler, Tinder Swindler, I keep saying Tinder Swindler. What happened with them is that they wanted to get caught up. They wanted the fairy tale romance. They wanted the jets. I mean, he did. I mean, he made a small investment of meeting with them, and the next he's all over the world, and they all smitten, and he talk about, oh, I want you to be the mother of my child. I want you to be my wife. Oh, you're thank you so much for helping me. He's sending them $100,000 phony checks. They want to believe it. And just like sometimes in real life, we want to believe it. But be skeptical. Sometimes when it seems too good to be true, unfortunately, it may not be true. Yeah? So be skeptical, okay? Number 2, take your time. So if you watch both of these, if you've watched it or you're going to watch it, or you might have watched one or the other, the biggest thing that hurts a scammer is time. So take your time. See, scammers want to be quick. So they want to be able to get you and get in and get out. So they wanted to make it seem like, oh, it's an emergency, something like that. No. Take your time. So even looking at Tinder Swindler, that show, he didn't really do a lot. Like, they only went out like one time, maybe twice. And the next, he would just send them a picture of him on a jet. He would send little voicemails, talk about he missed them. He would send little geotags. They're called geotags, right, guys? Geotags where he was. Shit, I could do that right now. Hey, guess what? I'm in Wakanda I'm going to text somebody. I'm in East Wakanda right now. That's where I'm at right now. So he would do this, and if they would have took their time, I think they would have realized that yo was just scamming. Take your time. Learn. Take your time. Sort of sit back and observe. A scammer has to use they can't afford to let it play out for a long time. They got to get you. All right? They got to get you. So number 1, be skeptical. Think about on social media, and I know y'all come across this, and I hate it too. When you get an inbox and someone says hello, and I say, hey, what's going on? Because I can't believe that everyone that says hello to me is trying to get over. But we see these scammers. Hello. Hey, what's going on? And as soon as I see, have you heard about this grant program? I just block them. Have you heard the good news? Block them. Right. Number 3, stop believing it. Stop believing it come true. See, that's what happened. See, in Inventing Anna, they were like, oh, she's a big Instagram heiress. Oh, she does this, because she really was taking pictures with all these different people, all these famous people being in all these elite situations. So because she was in these elite situations, they believed her. She never had to pay any money. She would just show up. And it wasn't like she was being nice. She'd be really mean to people. When you watch the show, she's being really mean to people. And guess what? People paying because they wanted to believe it. Stop believing it'll turn around. You only got to show me one time. If we go out, see, I'm a person that, hey, you ain't got it, you ain't got it. Excuse me. But if we go out and you say you forgot your wallet, and I cover, because things happen. I've forgotten my wallet. I mean, that's how I use my phone, but things can happen. Let's say you really made a mistake. It only got to happen one time for me. It only has to happen one time. I promise you. I eject myself from situations after I realize that this is the thing. Now, I'm going to give a person the benefit of the doubt if I know them, but trust and believe. I will end business relationships or relationships with people if I realize, hey, man, this person didn't do A, B, and C. See, in the shows, in both of those features, you see that they kept allowing them to get scammed. I don't understand how in Tinder Swindler, how somebody was able to give somebody a loan that they ain't even meet more than 5 times. They gave them $20,000, $50,000. You letting people take first class. In the Anna movie, even when you look at the story, she was crying about she needed to get back home. So a person paid for her flight. Man, she took first class, man. I haven't even been in first class yet. So this person being generous to buy your flight back, See, they kept believing it would turn around. Because both of them would say, oh, I got the money. Oh, I got to go to the bank. I got to go to the bank. You can't even do that with me for $500, $100, maybe even $50. I know they say if you loan out money, you should loan it out without the expectation of giving back. If you borrow money from me, I expect it back. Now, does that mean I'm going to hunt you down in the street? No. But I do expect it back. And I feel like in both of these shows, because the biggest thing in both of the shows, and I want you guys to chime in and let me know if this is what you believe, is that in both of the situations, the scammer was able to scam not the money. See, the money was the end result. The scamming came from them filling a need that the victim wanted. So in those situations, in the Tinder Swindler, what happened was he scammed them because they wanted to be romanticized. See, that's what they got. They got this guy who looked nice, who was sending them pictures and on a jet and in business. See, they wanted to be a part of that life. So he scammed them with the idea that this was happening. With Anna, because they're in this elite society, we know that those people that are up and up, they probably have insecurity issues. I don't know. I want to be in those situations one day to have that type of insecurity, but they need something, right? So she's up there and she's, rubbing elbows and all these things. And people, because they in that life, they got to connect with people in their life. That's why social media is so big. Social media is not even real most of the time. You can generate things. You can literally generate things that are not real. You can make it seem like you're this big persona. We see it all the time. So these people in the Inventing Anna, what they needed was people to validate that they are big time. So she rubbing elbows, everybody looking good. Oh, we in this big society. Bam. Now she got you. Next thing is do your research. Like, Get more information. And that's not just for these 2 episodes. Like, that's just in general. When people come to you about, oh, it's this and it's that, like, just do your research. I remember that someone hit me up and they said, hey, I'm a financial coach. And I came across you, I got your name from somebody. And I was like, first I was like, who gave you my name? And they were like, well, I got this information and, I'm offering free financial coaching. And I said, oh, you're a coach? I'm a coach. Cool. Let's set it up. Let's meet up. But before we met up, I said, well, I have some questions like, is this something I have to pay for? I'm asking a whole bunch of questions. Says, no, I get paid from just coming out. So I said, oh, well, if you get paid for just coming out, well, I want to help you. Hey, let's set up a meeting. You're getting paid from them, so you don't need my money. Come on out. All right, cool. Came out. So we're sitting there talking, and I realized that this person is not a financial coach per se, but this person works for one of these insurance companies. I'm not going to say the name of the insurance company, but they work for one of these insurance companies. And so she made it seem like she was a financial coach, but it was a whole commercial the entire time. And when I realized what was happening, because I was asking questions, I said, well, who do you work for? Oh, I work for this financial company. What is the name of this financial company for my own research? And when she told me, I said, oh, thank you. I said, I wish I should have asked you this beforehand. Because I didn't want to waste my time or your time. And that was it. And guess what? When she realized that, hey, because people are going to try to push their agenda, but do your research. The one thing about the Honor Show is one little move that would have had me, I would have been all in as far as this person may not be real, is there is a scene, and I know a lot of you guys haven't seen it yet, but just check it out. There's a scene where they're toasting and the guy speaks Russian and she's looking like, oh, she don't know what it means. And they sort of blow it off. See, I'm too much of an investigator. I would have asked her, hey, why didn't you know what he said? When and you'll see that when they started pursuing the questions, when they started pursuing some of the questions they had, she would get upset because that's what scammers do. See, they can't be transparent. Too many holes. So do your research. Do your research. Supplement your what's going on with information. My cousin told me recently, hey, man, I had him meet an associate that initially they were doing work with. And his first perception was, man, this guy's a fast talker. And I agreed. Now, on my end, I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. But then, hey, man, scammers and people that are not going to be truthful, they come out. All you got to do is do your research and ask questions. That's number 5. Ask questions. Ask a lot of questions. When I think about some of the things I see on social media, some of the things that people sell, do you really believe a tea will have you just lose all of this weight? Does this tea contain crack? Because then you will lose weight, but you'll also have an addiction. If I buy this program, will I automatically become an investor? See, there's scams that are happening all the time. They may not just be as big as this. But be skeptical. Take your time, man. Stop believing that it'll turn around. See, that's one of the things that you'll notice in the show is that people were embarrassed to say, yo, I just got scammed. That actually happened to me. Let me share this with you guys. All right, I was young. I was about 17, 18, and there was at the gas station. Now, first, what the hell, Gary? I wish I can go back in the past and say, Gary, really? There was a little mini carnival at the gas station. So they had one of them spin the wheel, make the money things. It was at the gas station. That should have been my first thing. So I go. He says, oh, I'll give you a free one. Spin the wheel. I got $1. I should have realized then and there. So I'm spinning the wheel and I'm losing money. And guess what? At the end of the day, I lost $120. Now, $120 to 42-year-old Garry is it's a significant amount of money. But $120 to 18-year-old Garry was like, I just lost $25,000. And I remember how upset I felt because I was like, why did I just keep playing? Because you think it's going to turn around. That's what scammers going to believe. Scammers want you to believe that, oh, this was just a one-time thing. Hey, I'll take care of you. I got your back. They want you to do that. That ain't going to happen. And these people were vulnerable and they were embarrassed to say, yo, something's not right. So they would try to find out information in a sneaky way as opposed to just asking them directly. And then when they found out directly, then it's like, oh, man, this is crazy. So as I wrap this up, be skeptical, man. Be skeptical. Somebody coming across you saying, I got a good opportunity. Hey, listen to the opportunity, but listen to it with the intent of, hey, is this the right deal for me? Take your time. Remember, scammers, they want you to act now. They're going to be aggressive as far as hitting you up. Stop believing that it'll turn around once you feel like you're getting scammed. Do your necessary research, supplement all of your decisions with maximum information, and also ask questions. When you ask questions, that's when you'll find out the truth. All right, guys, that is the end of this episode. Check out both of those shows. Let me know how you think. You can comment below, comment on social media platforms. Let me know what you thought, man. And as always, this is not a scam. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of the show. You can catch out each and every episode Tuesdays here on the See.Plan.Do show. All right, out here. Please check out each and every episode. You can check out this episode, any of the episodes. They're hot and ready and fresh for you. All right. You want to be on the show? You want to be a guest on the show? There's a link in the bio. Go ahead and click that link on the bio. Let's talk about it. You want to be a sponsor on the show? Hey, let me know. If our vibes fit, you see what I'm putting down. Hey, man, let's work together. All right. And last but not least, again, thank you for being part of the show. You are the best part of the show. See, that's not a scam. You are the best part of the show. So until we see each other again, because we'll see each other again. I know you're going to tell me about how you felt about these shows. Until we talk again. Because we're going to be talking. And until we share those special, special moments again. Hey, always remember, see what you want to do. Plan it out. And then simply do it. Your life coach has love for you. All right. Make sure you take time out for yourself today. All right. And make sure you do one thing that supports you today. And as always, thank you. And you're welcome. All right, guys. Bye.